Question 1, no urgency, not strong enough motivation. Acknowledging the objection. Demonstrating empathy. When you say there's no motivation, tell me more. I'm trying to peel back the layers and go 2 to 3 levels deep. What specifically do you mean by that? Building rapport is getting in dialogue with someone, and the only way you can really get into dialogue is by asking questions. I come from curiosity. I am wired to come from contribution. In order for me to add value or to help solve their problem, I need to ask more questions so I can understand where they are at in the process. So again, no urgency, not a strong enough motivation. When you say there's not enough motivation, what does that really mean? I'm thinking about their current living situation, or I'm thinking that they haven't found the right house. Let's say they have not found the right house. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask, what does the perfect house look like? Where is it located? What city? How many beds? How many baths? Is it renovated? Is it a tear down? Tell me more. I'm getting the conversation going and I'm giving them thoughts and ideas. Typically, the consumers don't really know what it is they want. It's a very general response. Just not motivated right now. Awesome, I get it. What specifically aren't you motivated about? You're helping them think. Asking questions, leadership is teaching people how to think. And the way you get them to think is asking more questions. And now they start to talk. And when they're talking about themselves and their situation, they like it. And they start to gravitate closer to you. They feel like they start to know you. They appreciate the fact that you're diving deeper to get to the root of it. We're helping them solve a problem. When they think about it, they realize it's not really an issue, a challenge, or an objection to hold them back from the end goal. Question 2, we need to save more money so we can have a better backup savings before buying. It sounds like you don't want to be house poor. What you're saying is that you want to save up a specific amount of money outside of your down payment, so when you purchase your house, you still have X amount of money in the savings account. Is that what I'm hearing? I repeated the concern. Now here's my question. Just curious, how much money were you planning to save up before you took the next step to home ownership? Let's say he says $50,000. Okay, $50,000. And how long do you think that would take to save up $50,000? And if they look at me like a deer in headlights, then I might say, remind me again, what was the down payment that you've saved up already? Oh, $80,000. Okay, terrific. And how long did that take? Oh gosh, we've been saving since we got married. I mean, this is our wedding money. It's been about 4 years. Okay, 4 years to get 80,000. So is it safe to say to save up another $50,000, it might take, I don't know, do you think 2 years? Is that safe to say? Yeah, 2 years, 50 grand. Here's another way to think about this. This year, economists are suggesting that homes in Southern California are going to appreciate anywhere from 3 to 7, 8%. So let's just pick middle of the road. Let's just say 5%, 6%. And so the house that we're looking at is $800,000, right? And because you can afford and you're qualified for an $800,000 purchase price today, however, it would deplete most of your funds, which is why you want to save another $50,000 to make sure you have a cushion for a rainy day. Let's just say you wait a year. That home at a 6% appreciation, it's going to be around $850,000 in 12 months. In 24 months, let's just say it appreciates another 6%, 5%. The home we're looking at today that you qualify for at $800,000 in a couple years could be worth $900,000 when you save up your $50,000 for your savings. By the way, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just giving you other things to think about that maybe you're not. Right? I mean, this is what I do. So this is my goal. I'm trying to consult you at this point. Flip it around. Let's just say you decided that now is the time to buy your house, even though you're not going to have $50,000 in the savings account, and you move forward. And if the economists are correct and you do buy today at $800,000 and in 12 months it goes up 6%, and you now have $50,000 equity in your new home. And then by the end of year 2, when you were thinking you were going to buy, we talked about that the home in 2 years might be worth $900,000. So you're going to have to save up more money. But if you bought it today and in year 2, if homes appreciate another 6%, you have $100,000 in equity in 2 years. And we just agreed that it would take you 2 years to save $50,000 for that nest egg. And I just look at him like that in a dead stare. I'm letting the dots connect. I'm letting him self-discover, I didn't think of it that way. He is selling himself at this point. I have asked enough questions and I've given him consideration to think of it from a different perspective. This does not mean, Scott, you know what? Let's go out and write at this offer today. I'm not saying that. All I'm trying to do is have a conversation to create value. As an entrepreneur or as a realtor and what we do for a living, it's our responsibility to solve their problem. We are trying to help them decide whether or not now is the best time for them to purchase their house. This has nothing to do about me. This is all just having a consultative approach and helping them self-discover whether or not this is the right time. I tell my clients, including myself, if I can afford to buy in this market in today's interest rates, it's always a good time. If you're going to be house poor and you can't afford the monthly mortgage, then you got to step down your price point, your buying power, and buy something that you are comfortable with your new monthly mortgage. It's always a good time to buy real estate if you can afford it. There is nothing you're going to say or do that's going to motivate someone to make an offer. It's the information that you provide, that you help them realize or see for themselves, they will purchase on their own. They're just trying to decide whether or not they want to purchase with you. Do you have my best interest? Are you someone who's credible, knowledgeable, professional that can take me down this path? That's what they're really thinking. And when you ask more questions, you come from curiosity, you generally want to create value. You ask the questions that are going to lead to what you want to tell them. That's why they will self-discover on their own.